every woman, 100%, no exclusions allowed, when they get to that point in life, typically between 45 and 55, with, that's considered the so-called normal range for ending your cycles. Every woman is going to go through this. We have this in common. This is being female. So this is so universal. We really need to grab it, embrace it. It is part of who we are, and then deal with it effectively so we can have good quality longevity with health. We call it healthy longevity.
Yes, and what you said is so important to emphasize is that it's not the age per se, because there are women who go through premature ovarian failure. There are other women who experience these symptoms maybe in their 30s. So it's not an age-specific thing. It's a process. Right. And that process could be very different for different women.
Well, I think of it as your sort of health savings account. When you hit menopause, okay, so what's the status of your bones? Well, guess what? If you had a lot of food restrictions, anorexia, if you spent most of your reproductive life unfortunately, on like hormonal contraceptives, or you were sedentary, maybe you didn't build a good muscle savings account or bone savings account. And what's your cardiovascular system like? So we know that so-called health in midlife, which is sort of like 45 to 55 or so, that really has a great deal of impact, no surprise, on the health that you have for the remainder of your life. So you really have to start young. So if any of you out there are thinking, well, wait a minute, I'm not sure why I'm listening. I'm like 20 years from going into menopause because, I'm like 30. And let me give you a wake-up call. The health that you have and what you do to become the buildup of your health savings account, having all your systems working optimally long before you hit menopause will really dictate how you deal with that and then the rest of your life. So we need to be healthy starting before birth. That's why we do a lot of preconceptual planning, right? But it's really an evolution in terms of how your body is evolving. And then when you hit menopause, that's like the second ultimate stress test for most women. The first big stress test is pregnancy. And now we recognize that how you deal with pregnancy, metabolically speaking, like do you develop gestational diabetes, hypertension, preeclampsia, preterm deliveries, and so on, is really a red flag when you have complications for what's going to happen after menopause, which is another giant metabolic stress test for women. So definitely we want to do everything in our power